Hello. Welcome to The Downsized. My name is Christopher Durham.
Hi, I'm Laraine Durham.
And we are back in Charlotte, North Carolina after our tour of Spain and Portugal and the Northern Atlantic, which is kind of insane, honestly. But
my Vanna White.
It was fabulous. So it's all good.
Yeah, I'm still quite jet lagged, actually. I had a checkup this morning with my in-person doctor, with my local doctor. And actually, she's a nurse practitioner, but I've been seeing her for the last, I guess, 3 or 4 years now. And I had an 8 a.m. appointment, and that was early.
Why don't you set up the channel a little bit, because I think there's a lot of new people here.
That was a little too early, but more about that in a minute. So welcome to the Downsized Live. My name's Laraine Durham. I've lost over 50 pounds on the GLP-1 tirzepatide, specifically compounded tirzepatide. Oh, yes, I said it, compounded tirzepatide. And I'm here with my husband of 23 years. We just celebrated our anniversary.
We did indeed.
On our cruise extravaganza. He's lost over 100 pounds. So we started this channel about 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago in March. And we just wanted to tell everybody about GLP-1s, how well they worked. And we let people share their stories. We do news segments. We do live shows. We have a members group where we do lives. We did our members only live last night. If you'd like to be a member, you can click the join button. All of our content is free. But if you'd like to support us further in our quest to be the #1 channel on YouTube.
That's a big, we're going to meet Mr. Beast. I don't think so.
#1 GLP-1 channel on YouTube. Don't tell Pam's shopping. Anyway.
We know Elizabeth. She's fabulous.
Yeah.
Anyway, so before we jump in, though, we're not doctors. We're simply a suburban couple who's lost weight.
Don't say simply.
Simply
the best.
Simply a suburban couple who's lost weight on these medications and decided to start a channel, and to probably our surprise, people showed up and paid attention. So we deeply, deeply appreciate that. This show is our Wednesday night show. Normally on Wednesdays, the last few weeks, I'd obviously moved around, but it's normally on Wednesday nights.
Normally.
Where we spend an hour or two, usually two, focused on you guys answering questions, celebrating your wins, chit-chatting. You might see JoJo if she puts in an appearance.
JoJo is in the room.
She is in the room, so we'll see.
She is in the room where it's happening.
JoJo's our kitty.
JoJo is our cat. JoJo is quite a diva, and she likes to be on camera, so she might.
You never know.
Jump in at any time. JoJo, what do you think?
So
she's not paying attention.
Feel free to ask questions. Please start them with a Q, or often a QQQ, just to make sure I can see them. And we will get to as many as we can. Very often we will say we are not doctors, and we will express some concern about your health and well-being and make sure that, and say, go to your doctor. People get frustrated with us. We did an interview actually just yesterday.
Who gets frustrated?
Just yesterday, where the person had so many comorbidities, so many things going on that it would have been bad. Like they needed to talk to their doctor. And it just reaffirms that we're not doctors. We can give you the benefit of our experience. Who's the guy? I don't even remember now. We've done too many.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway,
I'm not sure what. Yeah.
Well, Mark had lots too. So.
Well, and that's the thing. You know what? We can answer questions from our experience and from
we've done a ton of research. And when I say research, I mean we have read clinical research studies and done videos about them. So it's not just I found some video on TikTok. Some guy
I heard about this survey on the internet.
I should only eat blue food, so that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, a lot of talk about muscle. Are you losing your muscle? Are you keeping your muscle? Can you gain muscle? Does muscle burn more calories than fat? How much if I add more muscle, can I take a lower dose of my medication? Where did that even come from? That's just. Yeah. I don't know. And again, we're not doctors, but we have over 2 years of experience on these medications and 2 years of experience talking to people who have been on these medications, interviewing doctors. We've been to several conferences where we've got to meet a lot of really cool people in the obesity medicine space. So,
so that
we
is
hope
what it
you'll
is.
like and subscribe to our channel,
And
because
honestly,
we've really been having a great time with this.
if we don't know, we'll just tell you we don't know. I'm not going to make something.
Well, because we're not doctors. And when I say, oh, what do you mean pills come in different colors for different strengths? That's because we're not doctors.
We're not doctors. We're not pharmacists. We're not attorneys. We're not financial advisors.
Let's talk finances. My Eli Lilly stock is dropping. Why is that? They just introduced a new Foundayo. Does anybody want to shout out Dayo? Dayo. No, just me.
Just
all
you.
right. I know Mindy does.
Well, let's see who's out there. And I know Miss Lisa Brockington was the very first comment, and she was so very kind and gave us a super chat.
Thank you, Lisa, for your super chat.
Let's give her a little love here. Super.
Hope you had a great vacation. Down 55 pounds today in the 180s. Woo woo. Zepbound has changed my life. So thankful to y'all for the content y'all put out. I like all the y'alls. It has truly helped me on my journey. Well, thank you. That's great to hear. I appreciate it. 180s. 180s was the number I could never get lower than prior to GLP-1. So welcome to the 180s. You're doing fantastic. 55 pounds down. The average weight loss on these medications, we say all the time, is between 0.5 pound and 2 pounds a week. So while that might not seem like fast weight loss, that is what we like to call consistent and rather dependable weight loss most of the time. So just keep going, and those little losses will add up over time. Becky Clark. Hello, Becky Clark. Hello again. Nice to see you, Becky.
Or Room says, question, 64-year-old male with BMR 1,700 must be
basal metabolic rate.
Yeah, but there's too many numbers. Because there's no space in between the pounds. 1,755 and 401 pounds. Am I reading that? Or
no, I think he meant to put like 1755 or maybe 1754.
The BMR 1755 and or 40 pounds down, maybe. I don't know. There's a space missing in there. 258 to 217. So that's right.
Sounds like 40 pounds.
Yeah, 40 pounds down. The goal is 195. Down on Zepbound 2.5 since December 1st. So you're doing very well, and just up to 5.0. 2 days later, gout flare-up is gout and unknown side effect.
Your dad used to have gout.
My dad had gout, absolutely.
What is gout?
Gout is, I'm not a doctor, but my understanding of gout is there are certain people who gather some of those elements and things
like
from dried beans and teas and all sorts of things, and it'll kind of rest in your joints and things and cause a lot of pain.
It's something about your something acid.
Yeah, that's right. To my knowledge, no, but I know weight loss in general can exacerbate gout, and you'll want to talk to your doctor. You want to stay hydrated. A lot of those foods that they tell you not to there's a whole gout diet. Make sure you're following that because some of the protein sources will also have some of that in it. So just be careful on that. But to my knowledge, it's not an unknown side effect. Now we'll see what the rest of the crowd says out there. Maybe they know more about it than I do. But I don't think so, but I can ask around, and I know a couple of doctors that I could reach out to.
Gout's a new conversation. We haven't seen much about that.
There's your buddy Anthony.
Anthony, how are you? I was calling you up by name in the members last night, Anthony. I thought you were a member. Maybe you're not.
No, he busted in on the members one that I didn't have.
Oh, when you didn't have it. Right, okay, that's fine. What was I talking about? Oh, because I was talking about Chicago. So yeah, we're talking about, hey, it's Michelle. Hey, frankly, Michelle. Hi, all. Happy Wednesday. Michelle's one of our members and one of our moderators. Nice to see you. We're talking about doing a members meetup in Chicago in November because we're having an event there for our other business. And so I'm thinking maybe we'll have it around the Rosemont area.
Maybe.
Because that's where our event is. So Janet Planet that I interviewed.
What's her name actually? Janet Planet?
Her Facebook name is Janet Planet.
Oh, okay.
Was messaging me. She, Rosemont would be good because it's easy to get to. So we don't know a lot about Chicago. We've been there a few times.
There's a subway line out there right by the airport.
Yeah. So stay tuned for more on that. Like I said, we're still jet lagged. We're still trying to figure out what day it is, and but we want to line up some.
There's 4 or 5
member meetups because we're going to be some different places in the U.S. anyway, and so
Orlando, Dallas,
we might be coming
Dallas,
soon to
New
a city
York,
near you.
Chicago.
Remember that old James?
Right,
what's it? Coming soon to a theater near you. How do they know where I live? How do they know where I live?
You said hello to Michelle, right?
I did. Nadine Baker.
Says hello from Maine.
Hello, Nadine. Current compound tirzepatide. Whoop, whoop. Put an order in today. It should be here on Friday. That is like super fast, right? Oh, and I want to tell you guys about this new order I got. Hey, Jess, you are the best at it. Hi, all. Mindy, GLP-1 mayor of GLP-1 town. Hey, happy hump day, peeps. Going for a walk while listening.
Thanks for being a member, Mindy.
Did Jeff and Gina leave your driveway? I think maybe they have. We talked to Jeff and Gina Lebens. You guys might know them from their YouTube channel, Anchor Moments. They were in town in North Carolina near us, and they came to visit us, and we recorded a video. It's up on Gina's channel, Anchor Moments now, and then we did another channel where we actually interviewed them for the Downsized, and that'll go up
on Sunday, I think.
That'll go up on Sunday. All right. So thanks, Mindy, for hosting Jeff and Gina while they were in our neck of the woods. Okay, awesome.
Also, Mindy Gross 3379 says, would love to try, but fairly apprehensive about side effects.
Some people don't have any side effects.
So Mindy Gross, I've been out there. I've been where you are. I was scared. We sat on our meds for a little while before we took them. Because honestly, I thought it was probably a scam. I was just like, we just flushed $1,000 down the toilet.
This sounds expensive, honey. Do you think we should do it?
Yeah,
he goes, I want to do it too. I said, do you think we're wasting our money? He said, maybe. We didn't.
What I would tell you is if you read the Facebook groups, the Reddit groups, watch TikTok, if you listen to those people, they are all about to explode from sheer constipation. They are literally full of shit and are going to blow up.
Excuse me?
The reality of it is, if we look at the clinical trials, and you can go look at the clinical trials yourself, if you search, depending on the meds you're looking for, search for semaglutide or tirzepatide clinical trials, Surmount, or the other one, name went away. But it shows you, and very clearly what it demonstrates is between 20 and 30% of people get any one given side effect. Okay. Does not mean they have it so bad they're hospitalized. It does not mean they have it so bad that they stop the medication. It simply means they have it. So you might have a little constipation. You might have a little diarrhea. The vast majority of those people still stayed on the treatment. The side effects did not stop them from the treatment, and they were able to lose weight. I've personally had very, very minimal side effects. I've never once thought about stopping these. I've never had constipation. I actually had the other side, so I had a little bit of diarrhea, but honestly, that's been my lifelong problem anyway, so it slowed mine down. It actually improved it a little bit. I don't have it as much, believe it or not.
Yeah, and, it's a very effective treatment for the disease of obesity, okay? Obesity is a disease. It's not your fault. These GLP medications regulate your appetite. It slows your digestion, which sometimes can cause these gastrointestinal side effects, right? It takes the food noise away. So that little voice that's telling you to eat all the time, even when you're not really, when you're trying to focus on something else, but your brain says eat, that goes away. And I found for me, I got pretty consistent weekly weight loss. And so, yeah, I do have some constipation, and I do sometimes take some Mag-O-7 to help relieve that constipation. But I'll take a little constipation and 50 pounds down
But here's
for the
the
rest
thing.
of my life.
Do side effects happen? Yes, they do. Make sure you read all the materials, talk to your doctors. For the vast majority of people that we talk to, those side effects can be managed with either over-the-counter remedies from Amazon, Walmart, Walgreens, Joe's Pharmacy, wherever, or with a visit to your doctor who can write a prescription for nausea or what have you. And then it moves on. And then as you progress forward, most people, those side effects kind of settle out, and they really, I wouldn't say they ever completely go away, but it's usually just in the first few doses where they're worse, we'll say. But try it. What do you got to lose? You know, I would give it a shot. We actually have a super chat.
Super chat, Sandy Murphy. Thank you for your 1999 super chat. Wow, thank you very much. Hey all, I'm in maintenance now and decided to try the Wegovy pills due to cost. My food noise is back and I'm gaining. It's so frustrating. Oh wow. Okay. Well, you know what? Try the Wegovy pills. I've read several articles about a study that claims that the Wegovy pill is more effective than the new Foundayo orforglipron pill.
So here's the thing I would tell you about those Wegovy pills is it may take you a few doses to find the one that works for you. So if you want to stick it out, you just might have to find the dose that works for you. It's not that different from the other stuff. And then there are also, because Wegovy is semaglutide, if you've been on tirzepatide and you're used to having that second part of the medication, that GIP, and that was working hard for you, Wegovy pills might not be the solution for you. But until you try them, you simply won't know. So, I mean, to me, unless you're just gaining a ton of weight, 30 pounds a month or something, if you're up a pound or two, I would stick it out for 90 days and see how it goes.
Stick it out on what for 90 days?
On the Wegovy pill.
Yeah, no, I mean, give it a try. What's the Wegovy pill cost? I think it's $199 with the direct pay.
Well, depending on what dose she's on.
For the first dose, it's $199, right?
Right, but they might not have transferred her to the first dose. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people saying their doctor is starting them low. It's a different delivery method. So, you got to see how your body responds to it. But yeah, keep us posted. I mean, cost is a big driver in this process, right? I know it was a big driver for us. That's why I'm on compounded. Our insurance doesn't cover obesity medications. So, let us know how it works for you.
This is a trial, a test and learn thing. So if it works for you, great. If it's not, you can always go back to what you were doing.
I feel like we need to put on the JoJo
cam. It does seem like we need to put on the JoJo cam.
She's rolling around on the table. Well, that's just her stomach. Oh, now you've scared her, and now she's not doing cute things. All right. I don't know. Now the JoJo cam time has passed.
No,
All right, but thank you, Sandy, for your super chat. Yeah, keep us posted. The Wegovy pill is so new; it just came out in January. So we'd like to hear from people who have tried it.
And there'll be people that works
I
for
think
it.
I have that same top.
Doesn't.
Michelle, this is from my top. Actually, it's a relatively recent purchase. Usually, I'm like, oh, this is like forever old. From Uniqlo. Or Uniqlo. Mindy told me I was saying it wrong, but it's a Japanese clothing company you can find in Miami and New York City and some of the other bigger cities around the U.S. But it's like one of their light cotton spring sweaters because it's 60 degrees here in Charlotte today, which it's a little breezy. You still need like a little jacket or something. So, and Christopher gets so cold in the house. I do a little cold in the house. But
Uniqlo is like if Old Navy were in Japan and we're a little cooler and had nicer fabrics. It's not even terribly expensive. So. Linda Bookmiller says hello, everyone.
Linda's coming on the cruise. Val's coming on the cruise. Hey, Val, thanks for being a moderator. Mark Clem's here. Hey, Mark, thanks for being a member. And hello, everyone. Beautiful day here in St. Louis. I saw Mark was riding his bike today in his neighborhood. Crazy Cat Lady in LA. Sups, downsized beeps. Where's JoJo? She's right here. Do you see her on the JoJo cam? Oh, yes, you can see her on the JoJo cam. So, yeah, JoJo, it's JoJo. JoJo was very happy that we came home so we could let her in and out 2,500 times per morning and per afternoon because our daughter says, no, I let you in and out once, JoJo, and that's all you get.
Dr. Kim Harvin says, do you know of anyone who got to their goal weight never going above 2.5 on Zepbound? That's my goal, and I'm in week 7.
Why is that your goal?
Yeah, we do. I mean, we know people who have certainly done that. I'll tell you, they're few and far between.
Does happen.
And Lorraine's question is the right question. It's that somehow in this great GLP-1 universe, the collective conscious has decided that it's so much better to be on the lowest doses and you're a better person. Yeah. And you're somehow here's the thing. The dose that you need to treat your disease is the dose that you need to treat your disease. It does not matter what dose you're on if it's working for you. So if you can get there on 2.5, great. If it takes you all the way to 15, doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter.
One of the very first Downsized Dish interviews I did was with a lady named Susie in New York City, and Susie lost 50 pounds on 2.5. Never went above. And actually, she has even dropped her dose a little bit below that. She just realized that she was just very sensitive to the medication. A lot of people find that out. Most people start with a 2.5 and then they need to go up from there because that's just really an intro dose. It's like, let's see how your body's going to take this medication and see if it's going to work for you.
I've never met somebody who needed to lose 250 or 300 pounds and stayed on 2.5. I can tell you that.
And it doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter.
It was just on TikTok a little while ago and someone was talking about hitting your goal weight and then dropping down in your dose because that was better or that's what you wanted to do, or I don't even know. And that's what I did because I just didn't know any better back a year and a half ago when I hit my goal weight. But it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter if you are on 15, if you're on 12.5, if you're on 7.5. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It's like taking 1 Advil or taking 2 Advil. Like some people are just more sensitive to the medication. Some people, the higher dose works better for them. Like it really, everybody is different.
Ultimately, what matters is you treating your disease and getting healthier. And whatever dose that takes is whatever dose it takes. Work with your doctor, figure out a plan for you.
Right. And
it doesn't matter. Let's see here. Mavis Anderson says hello from Folsom, California.
Folsom County Prison Blues. Is that where Johnny Cash wrote a song? Anthony, #1 channel. Don't tell Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast who?
Mr. Beast lives in North Carolina.
Does he?
I think he lives in Raleigh or Winston.
We were in like Walmart or something, and I saw these Mr. Beast like candy bars, protein bars. Like, oh, can you imagine? Sherry on a low carb journey 460. Wow, my brain like put that together. New to your lives. I've been enjoying.
I was reading Sherry on.
Yeah. I was too there for a minute. I've been enjoying your videos. I'm 12 weeks on Zepbound 2.5, down close to 13 pounds. Fantastic. Almost a pound a week. Over a pound a week. I'm feeling ready to move to 5 soon. All right. Okay. Well, we'll do it, Sherry, on a low carb journey. But great. I'm glad you've been enjoying our videos. Richard Levy 450. I'm on Zepbound for 5 months. I'm doing great. I've been on 10 for 8 weeks. I'm going up to 12.5 soon. I still have about 10 more pounds to lose. Just going up makes sense. Maybe. I'm on 10 for 8 weeks. I don't know, has your weight loss leveled out? Are you having any side effects? If you're having any side effects, you probably don't want to move up. if you're not having any side effects and your weight loss has kind of plateaued, maybe it's time to move up. Maybe, if you've been on 10 for 8 weeks, that's a good amount of time. It might be time to move up. Ask your doctor. But yeah, it sounds like you're doing great.
Let's see here. Jazzy says hello from Pittsburgh.
Jazzy. Hey, Jazzy. Zach G. My brain can't process what that says. All right, we'll just call you Zach.
It's Knighting. He actually spells it out for you if you read the comment.
Oh, I can only read so fast, Zach. Watching on my TV for the big full-size view and on my phone for the comments.
Well, thanks.
Excellent. That's double the views for us. Everyone should do that. By the way, my last name is pronounced Knighting. Oh, since the last time you had a hard time saying it. I like how you remembered that we couldn't say it. All right, so cool. So yeah, a lot of people do that, right? Watch on your big TV, because then it's like we're on a TV show.
It is
Welcome
bizarre.
To the downside.
Occasionally, somebody will send me a shot
comment.
of them watching us on TV, or put it on the Facebook or whatever, and it's bizarre to me.
Yeah.
But we can look at the YouTube statistics and the analytics, and I think about 35% of the people watch
on the big TV.
On TV. I don't know if they're big, could be little TVs, but on TVs.
Well, our daughters watch on our big TV downstairs some YouTubers, and we'll come downstairs and they're talking about
makeup,
making a matcha latte, or taking their baby on a jog, right? And I'm like, why do you watch them on the big TV? I guess it seems it's more fun that way. Sharon Pollard 3969. Hello, everyone from vacation time in Scotland. Midnight here. I definitely understand being jet lagged. Reminds me of Soccer Striker Center. Our kids used to play soccer at this place, and when you called them the machine, they were from Scotland, and they're welcome to Striker Soccer Center.
They were fabulous guys. They really were.
It's fantastic. Yeah, jet lag is the worst. Dude, CHC says, made it. Okay, dude. Frankly, Michelle.
Michelle says the same thing.
Dark.
No prizes for dosage.
Done that, but it's not. 2.5 is a loading dose. No prizes for dosage. Thank you, Michelle. The goal is to manage a disease. Absolutely. If it works for you, that's wonderful, but don't get stuck on the number or the hashtag.
Juanita says, good evening.
Hello,
Deborah
Juanita
says,
Jones.
hello from Colorado.
Deborah.
Zach
hello from
Idaho Falls, Idaho.
Idaho. Wow. Becky says, Miley Jane, girl, I ain't find her.
Cat. I think that's her cat.
All right. How'd you know it's her cat?
Because I remember. I think that's Becky's cat's name, Miley Jane.
All right. Pat's fan 508. I'm in week 12, all on 12.5, and within 4 pounds of goal. I've had continuous nausea on this dose as well. Well, then you definitely don't want to move up, right? Because if you go up, you might get more
honestly,
of that.
To me, the only real reason to not move up is to avoid side effects, because you want to stay on treatment as long as possible.
Well, as long as
I don't know that it necessarily
if you stop
prolongs weight loss or does any other things, but it definitely can minimize side effects.
Right. Well, I think about the book enough by Oprah and Dr. Anya Jastreboff, and they talk about these plateaus. You get to these plateaus because your body is in like a stable mode, right? And in order to get it to the next level of weight loss, sometimes you have to go up in dose to get that moving again. So if you've gotten to 0 pounds lost over 4 weeks, then
the challenge of it, though, is it's a theory, and there hasn't been any clinical research. There hasn't been any clinical research where they actually tested varying doses like that. All the clinical research has moved people up every 4 weeks.
Yeah,
so
but
we simply don't know.
If you're not following the clinical research and you've been on 2.5 milligrams for 12 weeks,
you're not following what I'm saying is Dr. Jasperoff's concept is a theory.
No, she is 100%
it is not demonstrated with clinical research.
She says is my law and my Bible.
She's probably right. She just doesn't.
I don't know. Travis LR gifted 5 downsized memberships. Thanks, Travis. So you may have randomly received a downsized membership. If you did, congratulations. Tuesday nights, we run a members only live at 6 p.m. Eastern for our members. and we do a little bit. I have a couple of videos like our members only, and sometimes we do members only stuff. You get members only emojis, and there's a members only Facebook group if you're one of the few people like me still on Facebook. You have to know the password. So I could tell you the password, but I can't because you're not all members. So once you join, the members password is on the downsized YouTube community page. And if you can find that page, you are a YouTube expert. Congratulations. Anyway, or you can just message me for what it is.
Hold on, the
What's
comments.
happening?
The comments are doing weird things.
Are they?
Well, baby, I don't know why you
All
would
right,
say
so-
it like that. It's just rude.
I'm sure they are. So what I was going to tell you about, I put in an order with Mochi for my compounded tirzepatide, and Linda Bookmiller clued me into the fact that now you can get, they've just added so many compounded pharmacies, at least to me in North Carolina. So your compounded pharmacy varies by state. So in North Carolina, I have a list of about 10 now from which to pick. And one of those choices is tirzepatide compounded with NAD plus for the same $199 price that I've been paying now for the past year for compounded tirzepatide. And I thought, because NAD plus by itself, you can buy it and it's around $100 a month. And I'm like, I don't want to spend more money on it. But if I can get it compounded with tirzepatide and it's the same price, I thought, you know what, I'll try it. I messaged my provider and I asked him about it. And he said, yeah, let's try it. So he put it in for me, put it to a new pharmacy, which I haven't used before. And so I did a quick Google check on the pharmacy. Seems fine. It's not as big as Empower, which is who I usually use. But I'm going to try and
Who's
see.
the largest one in the country, so that's not a shock.
Well, the world is, Empower says they're the biggest compounding pharmacy in the world. So, there's a lot of little ones out there. I don't know. So I'm going to try it and I will let you know. Do any of you guys use NAD plus? Also, at my doctor's appointment today, I asked my nurse practitioner if she knew anything about NAD plus, and she goes, no, I really don't. And I said, really? I said, because we were on the cruise ship, our 15-day transatlantic cruise that we just came from, they were offering NAD plus infusions, IV infusions on the cruise ship. And I thought, wow. And I told my doctor that, or my nurse practitioner that, and she said, yeah, it's more of a med spa kind of thing because it hasn't been really like an approved.
Because it's not FDA approved.
It's not FDA approved. So, but we know a couple people who are on it, and I've heard a lot of talk about it. So I thought, well, I'll try it for a month and see if I feel any different. So I'll let you know. Anybody on NAD plus out there? Let me know.
Becky says she can't find her kitty. Sorry, Becky.
Oh.
Well, hopefully your
I
kitty
can't
shows back up.
find my Miley Jane girl. Oh.
Lori Wise says, question. So finally, my endo has approved me for starting Wegovy, which will cost me $199 per month. Do you think it is safe enough for me to switch over to compounding after the first month?
We must safe enough.
I think I saw a question earlier. She's asking if compounding will still be around.
If it goes away, switch back to the brand name.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the prescription, right? I mean, that's all that we can really. I'm on compounding. I've been on compounding my whole 2.5 year journey.
I'm
just going to keep going until I can't get it anymore. When I can't get it anymore, then I'll switch to something else.
I think there's a lot of moving parts going on right now around compounding. Of course, we talked about the FDA announcement last week, but the FDA hasn't actually done anything since then. They didn't stop anybody.
We really mean it, y'all.
We saw a couple of 503B pharmacies, which are the larger scale pharmacies, stop, like ProRx said they were going to stop. But realistically, what the FDA announcement said about 503B pharmacies did not give them any. Yeah, I've got it. It says clearly Outsourcing facilities are restricted from compounding drugs using bulk drug substances. The bulk drug substances appears on a list identifying bulk drug substances. The drug compounded from the bulk drug substance, unless it's in shortage. Tirzepatide and semaglutide do not appear on the bulk list or the FDA's drug shortage list. As such, 503Bs cannot do it. So that being said, 503As, there are still exceptions and reasons in there. I don't think it's going to magically go away tomorrow at this point. I think there's going to be a lot of legal wrangling.
Yeah.
And I think there will be some smaller ones who get out and go,
right.
Oh crap.
Some smaller ones are going to fold up and go away and say, we're not going to be in the fight. But you better believe that Empower Pharmacy, the big ones are going to be putting up a fight. Right.
At $199 a month, that's not a bad price for Wegovy. It's really not. Could you get it a little cheaper?
You can get compounded semaglutide for $99 a month at Mochi, plus a $79 membership fee. So it's not really that much different. Mm-hmm. So,
I would probably hang out on the branded for a couple of months and see what's going to happen. And I don't think it's going to magically go away tomorrow at this point, though. Daydream Believer.
Oh, kitty. Have either of you had the itchy red injection site rash? Me. I had no problems until I went up to 10, and after 6 injections, I've had 2 in a row. Are you on compounded or branded? Because I was on compounded, and it happened with one particular pharmacy, and so I just don't use that pharmacy anymore. Christopher took an injection from that same pharmacy, from that same batch. He had no injection site reaction. But I did 2 in a row, and I did them on both sides of my belly button. I had 2 big red welts. Took a picture of them, sent them to my Mochi doctor, and they said, yeah, let's switch you to something different. So it happens.
A couple of things you can do about it after you take your shot. Go ahead and take a wipe and clean the spot again, because if any of that medication got on your skin, it could irritate it. If you're having the welts, some Benadryl cream or one of those kind of cortisone creams might be beneficial too. But talk to your doctor about it.
Yeah, you definitely want to let your doctor know and send them a picture if you're able to do that. It's not uncommon. So I'm also allergic to bee stings. So some things I'm also, I think, slightly allergic to mosquito bites, which oddly enough, since taking tirzepatide, I don't have the big swelling on mosquito bites like I used to. Once summer comes around again, we can start talking about that again. But a lot of people have noticed that used to be super sensitive to mosquito bites. The Zepbound helps. The tirzepatide helps. What are you doing?
I'm redirecting the camera for JoJo. One moment, please. JoJo's licking me.
JoJo says, "What you doing, Dad? What you doing? What you doing?"
Oh, we answered that question, right?
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Deb Marie, 55. I hit 158 this past week. Wow, awesome. Down 53 since starting Mounjaro in September 2025. Fantastic. Very good.
Anthony says JoJo.
She's not looking in the right. JoJo, I think you need to turn your head over this way. Come around this way. Deborah Kendrick, is it typical to have so many increases since January? Started compounded tirzepatide in January. They mixed with B12. Started on 1.6 milligrams. 4 times dose increase and now 5.3. That's a weird dose and a weird doses. Have lost 15 pounds. Well, it seems to be working. Is it working?
Well, so Deborah, let's go. So the dosing that Eli Lilly does on Zepbound and Mounjaro is 2.5 milligrams and 5 milligrams and 7.5 milligrams. So it sounds like there's a doctor out there or compounding pharmacy who has decided to do intermediary doses and lesser doses. Is that typical? I wouldn't say it was typical, but it's not unheard of. Some people like to do smaller jumps and try to keep your side effects down. Now, what I would tell you is if you're not really having side effects, it may not be necessary, or maybe it's really working. So you've lost weight.
When I look in my Mochi portal, I can see some of the compounding pharmacies start the first dose as a 2.2 milligram suggested starting dose. 1.6 seems low, and I don't know why you'd start that low. So
some people like that.
I don't know. I don't have a point of reference for that.
Now, I think what we're going to see based off of the FDA announcement last week is that basically the 503As are going to have to keep their dosing at least 10% different.
10%. So on a 2.5, that's 0.25 down.
Something like
2.25.
Yeah. So you'll definitely see them adjusting if they're not there. That's just a different dosing strategy. I wouldn't call it standard, but it seems to be working for you, so it's fine.
Yeah. Well, is it working? Because if she's January, February, March, 4 months, 4 months times 4 weeks, 16 weeks.
And she's 15 now.
15 pounds. So you're right. You're right in there.
Average.
You're right in there. Becky Clark says, I'm still stuck in the middle of my health journey, week 60, waiting to go up in dose to 10 milligrams. Hey, JoJo, glad she decided to join. You're in the middle. How much have you lost, Becky? I forget. Let us know. You might want to adjust the JoJo cam. You want me to adjust the JoJo cam? JoJo.
I have a tracking cam. I could probably get to track her if I really wanted to set it up.
That's a good JoJo pick.
Yeah,
she is silently judging you from our
it's
table.
Kind of
she says, "Have you joined Club Downsize yet?" Unused forever and ever. Hello, LDCD. On shot 20. 12.5, down 66 pounds, 38 pounds to go. Thanks for being a member. Unused forever and ever. What have you unused? What have you? I need to know more. That's really good. Snowy 3750
says, can you guys talk about your thoughts about ProRx stopping their compounded GLP-1s? I luckily reordered last week when the FDA put out the notice. ProRx was a 503B pharmacy. According to the FDA regulations, 503B pharmacies only have 2 reasons that they can actually do compounding. The first and foremost one is if it's on the shortage list, neither semaglutide or tirzepatide are on the shortage list, or if it's on the, I don't remember the name of the list, I just read it to you a minute ago, on the
Let There Be Light list.
Yep. One moment, please.
I don't know. They didn't want to mess with. They didn't want to.
I don't think there's a legal way for them for a 503B pharmacy to move forward and still do it. So they didn't really have a choice.
So I think they're big
on the
enough
bulk
that
drug substance list is the other list, and in this, and you can go to the FDA website. This is called FDA Clarifies Policies for Compounders, is what we talked about last week. Mm-hmm. The FDA says tirzepatide and semaglutide do not currently appear on the 503B bulks list or on the FDA's drug shortage list. So,
well, they're not in shortage anymore. Yeah, when the drugs were in shortage, it's been a couple of years.
Because remember,
now,
what's happening is with a 503B pharmacy, they do not sell directly to consumers. They don't sell to patients. Right. So what is happening is Orderly or some other telehealth is buying it from a 503B and mm-hmm. selling it. Mm. And 503B is just, I don't see a way for them to move forward, but it's fine. There's plenty of 503As that'll be able to do it.
Find somebody else. Anthony, I was a member for a month thanks to Becky Clark. Oh, shout out to the greatest of all time, Becky. All right, Anthony. I guess that's why I was thinking you were a member, because you were there for a minute. Yeah, I appreciate it when members gift memberships like Travis did this evening. So thanks for that. The dude CHT says Gemini, rapid weight loss. He must be talking to someone named Gemini.
Gemini is an AI.
Oh, thanks. When you lose weight quickly, your body breaks down fat cells. This process can release stored purines into the bloodstream and temporarily increase serum uric acid levels. I think this is going back to the gout conversation. Lynn NG 919. Rosemont is good. Better than going to Chicago from the burbs. All right, good to know. Lynn, I think she just scheduled a Downsized Dish interview, so I look forward to talking with you in the coming weeks. Thanks for being a member. Just Sherry-O, so excited to be under goal. I've been on steroids for 3 weeks. Oh no, doctor said expect water gain. Nope. Also, FBS is down from what's FBS? It's down from upper 90s to low 100s to 87. FBS. I'm drawing a blank there. A1C down from 5.9 to 5.3. So thankful. Well, awesome.
Julia Moore asked, do you know if Empower is still doing GLP-1s after
Yes.
the new FDA announcement? I'm
They
a little
seem to be.
confused. Their website mentions being a 503A and a 503. So they actually
They're
have two
both.
corporations.
Mhm.
And it's like Empower. I won't get the names right if you look on there. It's like Empower Corporation and Empower something else.
You better know Empower will be fighting
Yeah.
tooth and nail to keep this gravy train rolling.
They've got high dollar lawyers. They
will battle. They will battle. I got a order from Empower. My last order came from Empower. So yeah, I don't see them going away. KHRB, can't wait to see you guys in Chicago. Well, I've said it now. We have to make it happen. Frankly, Michelle says, hit a new milestone, over 53% of my body weight. Wow, Michelle, 139.6 pounds lost and not looking for it. That is awesome. I saw you posted a little cute little picture of yourself on Facebook. Was that today or maybe yesterday? And I was wondering, are you done losing weight, Michelle? You're in maintenance now, right? Isn't that right?
I seem to remember that.
But now she lost 53% of her body weight. Does that mean you're back to losing, or
maybe she just did? Sometimes when you go into maintenance, it takes a little tweaking.
Sometimes you keep dropping when you go into maintenance. Yeah.
Travis, I see you, but I'm going to come back to you in a minute. There's 282 of you out there. Hello, everybody. I'm Christopher. This is Laraine. We are the Downsize. Ask questions. There's 92 likes. Make sure you hit like
only
and
92
subscribe.
likes. What do you mean?
We're plunging forward towards 50,000 subscribers. I think we can do it in the next few months. So please do that. Like and subscribe. I'm going to go over here to Travis, who's asking a question.
Anyone in maintenance considering Foundayo?
I'm thinking about it, Travis. Maybe we'll see. I'm going to give it a couple of months and get some feedback on it, because what I'm doing is working right now, so I'm not in a huge.
I'd like to hear from people. I mean, it just became available to prescribe. I asked my nurse practitioner this morning, had she prescribed it to anyone yet? She goes, it just popped into their system like a day or two ago. So she hadn't, but yeah, I'd love to know people who switch over, how it's going to work for them.
I mean, it'll be interesting because this is the first one that's a non-peptide, right? It's made a
small
molecule. So how does that interact with the body differently? How is it, we just don't, I can read the clinical research, but until I talk to 10, 20 of you and you go, this worked, this didn't work, this is how it feels. Mm-hmm. I'm not I probably will at some point, but not today. Not today is exactly right.
Not today.
I read this one already.
Okay. Still don't know what FBS is.
I don't know.
90s. Stanley Borton. I'm taking the Wegovy pill, 1.5, started March 3rd. I'm already down 18 pounds. Stanley, shut the front door.
For Stanley. Good for you, Stanley.
I only eat between 800 and 1,200 calories a day. Stanley, that's probably not enough. So keep your eye on that. It just keeps falling off. Well, that's because you're not eating, Stanley. The pill makes it so much easier. Yeah, at the beginning, I'm sure we were eating probably around that much in the beginning. So you're going to have to watch that. You can't maintain under 1,000 calories.
Your body will
forever,
stall eventually.
Right?
It'll go.
You have to nurse your body. So keep your eye on that. Like, it's eat your protein first. Make sure you're getting those grams of protein in. Then try for some vegetables. Then you can fit anything else in there. Maybe some whole grains or some other stuff. But
And
fruits.
We've done a couple of reports on nutrition and things, and there's some good research out there about it. So when you're at the doctor, make sure you're getting a more frequent blood panel, and they're looking at all of your vitamins and minerals and all that stuff, because they do see
I
vitamin
take a
deficiencies out
multivitamin.
there.
He takes a multivitamin.
I take a Centrum 55 Plus multivitamin.
Somebody just sent
from
us
the drugstore
some GLP-1 multivitamins
for us
to
to test,
review.
yeah.
So we might be telling you about that.
But just watch your nutrition, because you don't want to get hurt or anything.
Mindy, Jeff and Gmail left a little bit before 4. They squeezed in one more meal, lunch cooked by Shin. They are already planning the menu for their next visit. Mindy's husband, Shin, does the cooking at her house. Gotta love a man who cooks, right? So that's awesome. I guess they're headed up north. They're heading north, I think, next. Mark Blackmore, how do you guys do on your weight on your trip? Thanks for asking, Mark Blackmore. I was up almost 2 pounds. It was like a 1.4 pounds, or 1.6 pounds. I think that's pretty good for being gone 22 nights away from home overseas with a flight home that lasted like 24 hours of torture. Yeah, no, I was talking about this on the member live last night. We got home late Saturday, and our eating was off on Saturday, and we basically were just sitting on a plane all day Saturday. I got home Sunday, and I'm like, I am not weighing myself immediately, so I'm giving myself a day. So I had I
weighed on Sunday. It was not good.
And you were up
7 pounds.
7 pounds. And now how many pounds are you up as of today?
On Monday, I was down 3 of those pounds.
So 4.
And no, I was
7 minus.
Then today I was down another pound. So now I'm
3.
Still up 3.
Yeah. So that's right. So a lot of times when you fly, you're retaining water, or it's your body's just off. I'm still a little off. Christopher would say I'm a little off all the time. But
that's a dang truth. But I mean, we were definitely eating more.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. But some days we walked 18,000 steps. Holy cow.
Yeah. I had a very controlled calorie day on Sunday, weighed myself on Monday, and I was pleased to see I was under 2 pounds up. So that was really good. And, we were very active. We were walking an average of 10,000 steps a day. We did some excursions, some, walking tours. I did aerobics on the sea days in the auditorium with all the ladies and a few of their husbands. So we really tried to keep it going. Now, I did have some desserts. I did have some wine. We did do some wine tastings in Spain, which, you're there, right? So, and I was glad to know that, on these medications, I don't have to, I can try things. I don't feel compelled to finish them, and that's fine. Or maybe we share things, or maybe, I get something and I don't like it and I don't finish it. So I'm not compelled to clean my plate as I used to be pre-GLP-1s. And I think that's the whole trick, right? Is controlling the portions and your brain not telling you to finish it all.
Oh, Diego
Calario?
Yeah, Diego says carnivore.
Yeah,
it says carnivore plus 1 milligram retatrutide, 3 weeks. It's a miracle. My ADHD is better.
Okay.
I have so much energy. I'm losing 0.3% weight a day. What do you see as the future of retatrutide, timeline, scale, etc.? So, Diego, there's a lot there. Let's start with this. This channel talks about the medical treatment of the disease of obesity. There are many people out there using GLP-1s and other peptides which have not been approved by the FDA yet in other ways. And we don't typically talk about that. I don't judge you. You're a grown-up. You do what you want to do. Be very, very careful with it. What I would say is if you're losing 0.3% weight a day, that is going to exceed the healthy weight loss that you should be doing on on a weekly basis, which is about 1% a week. So be careful. You don't look like you're all that heavy to begin with in that picture. Now, you never know. But be careful. You don't want to hurt yourself. And retatrutide, according to the trials, can really take weight off quickly. What do I see the future of retatrutide and the timeline scale? Well, I mean, Lilly has been very clear. They own the patent for retatrutide. It will roll out at some point, probably early next year, particularly based on how quickly orforglipron Foundayo was cleared. They've got trials on it. I think the report we did the other day, there was another 6 or 7 sets of trials going on. Retatrutide will be the top tier Cadillac of weight loss drugs in the Eli Lilly portfolio.
The Ferrari.
the Ferrari. So it'll be retatrutide, tirzepatide,
everybody else.
Foundayo in Lilly's portfolio.
Yeah.
I believe what we will see is step treatment for most people moving forward that probably starts with Foundayo. See how it goes. Maybe you move up. Retatrutide will be the most expensive thing. Beyond any shadow of a doubt. It will have very, very high BMI requirements and very, very high comorbidity requirements, and it should be monitored very closely by a physician because the weight loss can cause issues for people, and there's doctors afraid of it.
People have said in the clinical trials, it just melts. Dr. Spencer Nadolsky said it melts weight off of people, retatrutide, in these clinical trials. It is a very powerful tool in the treatment of the disease of obesity. So it's not something you really want to mess around with, especially when it's not really approved yet. So, like Chris said, be careful. You're in week 3. I'm glad it's helping your ADHD. You have more energy. It'll probably be approved in 2027, we think, probably at this point. So,
But we don't actually endorse the gray market at all. It's not something we do. Again, we're not, you're a grown up, so you do what you need to do. What I would tell you as far as scale goes, there's a lot of people that think, retatrutide is going to replace everything. I don't think it is. I don't think Lilly wants it to. I think their goal is to grow the market and have a solution for everyone at every stage of their weight loss and metabolic issues.
Yeah, we see retatrutide as for people who have more than 100 pounds to lose. Like it'll be like where you start if you have a long way to go.
I mean, I think a year from now, when retatrutide's out, maybe a year and a half, what we'll see is the orals will be the largest portion of new prescriptions, probably 30% of new prescriptions. Tirzepatide will follow that up and probably have.
You're just pulling numbers out.
Yeah, I mean, I am. I'm just speculating. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, no, I mean the orals will be the most available,
and then
retatrutide
maybe has a 10 or a 15% share. I don't see.
Retatrutide is going to be expensive, and it's going to be for people with.
Now there are plenty of people that will argue with me about it, so feel free. It is what it is. Let me go back over here to the comments.
But thank you for your super chat.
Absolutely.
Jojo says, what's retatrutide? Does it come in a kitty form, like kitty Ozempic? Remember that story we did about the kitty Ozempic? I've been full of it for years. Shift work, 44 years.
I think I was referring to you being full of it.
Oh, thanks, Becky. Kevin Depp. 505. Hi, everyone. I'm 10 pounds for gold, down 78 pounds. Plan on staying on this forever, but completely freaking out about all this FDA news. My bud dates from Empower are only 30 days lately. Yeah, mine too. What's up with that?
You never know what they're going to be.
It's the worst. I'm planning on staying on this forever too. I'm also on compounded. Don't freak out. Just keep putting your orders in. 30 days, have I used beyond the bud date? Well, you're not, the best practice is to use your medication by the bud date. Have I used medication past the bud date? Yes, I have. That's all I have to say about that.
Anna Hoover says, hello, everybody.
Hey, Anna.
Linda Bookmiller says, Kevin, interesting. I got my order from Empower today, and Bud is end of May. So, I mean, we've talked
So
to
yours is 6 weeks out.
yeah,
Or a
we've
little
talked
bit
to
more.
a couple of different operators of compounding pharmacies and telehealth companies who essentially just explained the reason the bud dates move around. I see that is because it's this kind of first in, first out stocking mentality. So as they make stuff, they're moving it out. So if you're getting faster, if you're getting closer in dates, it probably means that they're selling a lot more and they're just cycling through quicker than they had been. Let's see here.
Nancy Germain says, share this on Club Downsize Facebook page. Had an experience with 2 professional women I saw that, Nancy, disparaging a really large man in my office. I quietly, hopefully, tactfully went off on them. Suggestions, ideas on how to handle. I mean, you handled it, right? You saw something, you said something. You let them know that was not acceptable and it wasn't nice, right? So, and I think part of that situation was that the man heard them talking about his size, and it's just not nice. And I appreciate you standing up for that person, and I appreciate you calling it out. And I think we should call this out when we see it. We were on our cruise, and the first night there was a comedian, and he started making fat jokes, like
Well, that's
one
a
after
very
the
different
other.
situation.
That's a
than
different
this.
situation. But I'm saying
So-
we need to call attention to the fact that this is just not
But
acceptable.
Nancy, and I don't
behavior.
know what you do and what work environment you're in. My tendency, well,
Christopher's not going to say anything.
no, I would say something for sure. Absolutely. But my tendency in a customer service environment would be to
We don't want you to lose your job.
right, because you don't want to lose your job,
Right.
would be to simply, hey, JoJo is staring at you, would be to simply say, you know, in this business, we prefer to be polite to everyone, and we don't make disparaging comments about our other patrons and move on.
We don't make comments on other people's bodies.
Right. And move on. If it were my business that I personally owned, I'd probably tell them to get the hell out. So it just depends on what you don't want to lose your job. Right?
I think we need to reinforce the idea that it's not okay to comment on other people's bodies. And that's, you know, big or small bodies, all bodies. Like, why do we automatically comment? And I've been doing it my whole life, right? My friend loses weight. Oh my gosh, girl, you look so good. You've lost weight. Tell me all about it. You know what I mean? Like, or, oh, my friend Jane. Oh, Jane, you're so skinny. I wish I was as skinny as you. Well, she didn't like those comments either. So, but it's hard to get out of that. But, you know, making fun of someone who is in a larger body it's just not nice, and it's not acceptable.
Yeah, no, just don't do that. That we don't play that.
So, Nancy, I mean, you stuck up for the person. I appreciate that. Unused forever and ever. And CS gets even more cool points for calling out the full of shit. Huh? What? CS? Who's CS? You?
Maybe
CS?
CD. I don't know. I don't remember.
All right. Becky Clark, my daughter and I had a talk on Monday. She said, Mom, you can't stay on these GLP-1 medications for life. Becky, just sent her my way. Well, my plan is to take a pill or shot once I find my ideal weight for my health. People don't understand. They don't know these medications. They don't understand that obesity is a disease. These medications are not a cure for obesity. They're a treatment for obesity, right? So it's like a high blood pressure medication or an asthma medicine. You stop taking them, the chronic disease can come back. So it's just the way the ball rolls.
I mean,
the mop flops.
This is another one of those, you know.
My mom said the same thing to me. Do you have to take it forever? Yeah, I do. I actually do.
And they don't ask that question about cholesterol medication or blood pressure medication. In fact, they don't even know you're taking it 99% of the time. And that would be, I mean, my statement, Becky, and, you know, it's your daughter, so you want to be, you know, you can be real with her, but just say, hey, my doctor and I have a plan, and we're working on this, and these are drugs just like blood pressure or something else. And I think you're on some other medications anyway, Becky, that she's probably not questioning. So,
well,
you gotta take care of yourself.
People, my doctor always told me just diet and exercise. I think most people that don't have the disease of obesity think we can just diet and exercise, right? Why can't you just diet and exercise? Well, we don't tell someone with asthma, why don't you just breathe better? You know what I mean? Like, maybe you just shouldn't run around so much so you don't get asthma attacks. Well, no, we're not going to tell, that doesn't make any sense, right? We are going to treat the disease of obesity.
There you go.
What are you doing?
I was going to do the math on 200 grams.
Victoria Scotolo 951. I was losing around 2 pounds a week with 2.5 milligrams. Okay. Doctor increased to 5 milligrams and the food noise is back. And I am up 200 grams. 200 grams of what?
200 grams is in weight, which is 0.441 pounds.
Girl, what? That's okay. That's not really, that's negligible. Can I go back to 2.5? Okay, so this is kind of the reverse of what we usually get asked, right? So your 2 pounds a week is like the top of the average weight of weight loss. That's a really good.
It's probably not something you should expect for the full term of your weight loss.
So, and on that starting dose, so you're doing great on that starting dose. Doctor moved you up to 5. Now, why he wanted to move you up if you're losing 2 pounds a week, but whatever. Maybe he's just following the protocol that Eli Lilly has put out, which is fine. So it puts you up to 5, but the food noise comes back. So usually if you go up in dose, you don't hear as much food noise, but the food noise is back and I'm up, you're up
0.441 pounds.
Not even a whole pound. So you know what? Your food noise should go down with the higher dose. So maybe give the higher dose a minute, and the 0.4 pounds is
honestly
negligible fluctuation.
Most people drink 3 to 4 pounds of water in a day.
Well,
so if you went to the bathroom, you might have gotten rid of that.
I don't. That is a point, but I mean your weight's going to fluctuate. So I would say follow your doctor's advice, stay on the 5, kind of give it a couple more weeks, see how you feel. If you go back down,
it won't necessarily behave the same way anyway.
And I don't know if you've heard this before, but these medications have a 5-day half-life in your body. So you take your shot, it's day 1. By the time you get to day 5, you might start hearing food noise. You might be feeling a little bit of hunger on days 5, 6, 7. So what's today? Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. I woke up starving. My stomach's growling and I had to go for blood work and the doctor's poking at me. And I said, you probably hear my stomach growling. She said, yes, I do. So, I don't know where you are on your days of the week kind of countdown thing, but that could have something to do with it too.
Mishrik, thank you for the super chat.
I started compounded semaglutide 0.25, lost 15 pounds in 3 weeks, but week 4, food noise back, moved up to 0.5 for 2 weeks. Today, my doctor gave me sample Ozempic pens. Whew. Thank you, doctor. In your opinion, is it okay to switch to name brand? I'm not sure. It's the same.
Semaglutide.
Yeah.
So you lost 5 pounds a week for 3 weeks. That's fabulous. Make sure you're getting enough nutrition and don't expect to lose 5 pounds a week for the rest of your
It's 1 to 2 pounds a week.
You're well exceeding the average weight loss. And at some point it's possible that your body goes, oh, that's too much, and it'll slow you down and it could even stall you for
your
a while.
doctor's just giving out sample Ozempic. Like, where's this doctor? I mean, that's really great. Maybe, he wanted you to try and compare. So yeah, try the pens and see. But it's when we first started, we had compounded, and then Christopher's doctor wanted him to go on Mounjaro.
I've switched back and forth.
And then Zepbound came out, and he wanted him to go on Zepbound. So he's kind of bounced back and forth between some things. And did you see any difference?
No.
No. So
Eli Lilly, Novo Nordisk lawyers, in my personal opinion, I have never seen one bit of difference. Same weight loss, Same side effects if I had any.
Between compounded
Not
and
a doctor,
brand
but
names.
it was all good. I didn't notice any difference
We have
whatsoever.
a variety of, well, these are Zepbound. We have some Zepbound used ones. We have a Mounjaro used quick
And I mean,
pen
right
from
now
the
I'm
UK.
mostly taking compounded, but I still have a prescription for Zepbound. We just don't fill it most of the time.
I mean, my doctor said she'd write me a prescription for Zepbound if I wanted to.
And
I don't want it right
I've
now.
now got a quick pen in the refrigerator. I'll probably do a video showing how to use it here in the next couple of weeks because it's a good video, you know. All right, so let's see here. Room question. Zepbound has been a life changer. My weight loss is similar to the weight of a case of water. Have you ever picked up a case of water at Costco? What are you out? Absolutely, they are. I talk about that all the time. A lot of people, like a big bag of dog food is another one we talk about all the time. But you go in, there's a 20-pound, a 30-pound, a 40-pound bag. Could you carry that around all day? No.
Well, and on the other end of that extreme, you know, I was a big Weight Watcher person for years. My, you know, and talking about small losses, a stick of butter is like a quarter of a pound, right? So when you think about, I didn't really lose that much this week or whatever, but visualize a stick of butter, and if that's, you know, a quarter of a pound, it's a significant size on your body. Nina West, learning so much watching your channel. I notice your focus is GLP-1 for obesity. Yes, it is. Welcome to the Downsized. I'd love to hear more about the benefits of these meds for folks who are not obese but carry 20 extra pounds. You know, I don't know that we talk so much about that. These are prescription medications for the treatment of obesity.
And so the thing is, and you can go back and we've done lots of stuff on the various clinical trials and the research that's come out, whether that be on sleep apnea or cardiovascular benefits or MASH disease or addictions or what have you. All of those things are true regardless of your weight. And in most cases, like with sleep apnea, people will see improvements within the first month because inflammation goes down. Laraine did a whole video on inflammation. Look how cute JoJo is. And it really isn't a weight conversation. It's a how do these medications impact your body? I firmly believe that at some point in the next few years, as prices come down, more oral options appear, there's a lot more competitors. 5 years from now, we might be having conversations about managing weight proactively so that people don't ever have to become obese. I'm not a doctor, but it's the world that I see.
They're prescription medications. So if you're not in the obese BMI range, I've had friends of mine, you know, get turned away because their doctor won't prescribe them because they're not heavy enough.
But we know people who are taking them for cardiometabolic reasons, for sleep apnea reasons that are not obese, and they're maintaining them at very, very low levels because their goal is not to lose weight; it's to get all of the other benefits of them. So, if you listen to the research,
there might be other ways to get a prescription besides your weight, right? I think that's what Christopher's trying to say. And then you have
exactly what I said.
Well, I mean, you know, not obese, but carry an extra 20 pounds. Like, how do I get in on this, right? How do I
fall into the overweight category?
How do I get this? And it's worth you can go online, fill out the Mochi questionnaire, and it'll tell you if they think if you qualify, right? Use my link, it's in the description. Sandy Murphy, is it possible to even switch to compounded meds since I'm at goal?
Sure.
Possibly. You know, do you have some records? Can you show your weight at each dose? Do you have your medical records you could show to like a Mochi doctor? We started with a different telehealth company, and then 3 months in, we switched to Mochi, and I said, "Oh, I've lost some weight now. Can I still get this?" And they said, "Well, you know, what's your starting weight? How much have you lost? What doses were you on?" And so we went through it, and they're like, "Yeah, I mean," and technically, once you're have the diagnosis of obesity, you always have obesity because it's a chronic disease that does not have a cure, right? So if you're taking a GLP-1 to manage your disease of obesity, if you're at goal, you're managing it, right? So technically, yes, but it might be a question of show me the receipts.
So during the last kind of big scare, I used another telehealth company and got stocked up a little bit. And essentially, and I was at goal, or I was very close to goal. And I had to send them I scanned in my prescription. I had to answer some questions about it. It was relatively simple.
And you never talked to a doctor with that other company?
No, I never did talk to a doctor with the other company.
Which is not great.
Which is kind of weird. But yeah, talk to the telehealth. They'll help you. Many of them will help you out.
Cat tips. Off my Zepbound for a week for a medical procedure. I'm in maintenance. Hasn't been too bad, but can definitely eat more. Is it mind or body? Who can tell? Who knows? We'll be glad to get back to my shot. It's a lifelong tool. Off for a week in maintenance. Yeah, I can out eat my medication. So we're on this cruise. We're faced with all this amazing food, and I'm not, eating my my kashi cereal at breakfast and my, my salad at lunch. I'm eating much more, right? It kind of just gives you some guide rails, right? But if you're off of it for a week, yeah, you could hear the food noise come, and you might be able to physically eat more. It's a tool. It's just going to help you, but always, follow your doctor's advice for medical procedures.
Piggy, how are you, sir?
Yes, no more. Thanks for your super chat. It seems like there's a lot of bias within the GLP users community toward folks not using or GLP as to why they don't get on one. I'm not sure I read that right. How do you change your mindset when you see an obese person to not silently judge them for seeking treatment?
Well, here's the I think we're still so early in this process. I don't know that anybody really knows the answer to that. I think you're right, though, Piggy.
I see people all the time, and I think, wow,
I think
really
particularly with Laraine, it's not so much judgment for her.
I just want to help them.
It's really more that she wants to spread the gospel. Like she has found GLP-1 and she needs to tell everybody about it. I think we always have to remember the message we should be sending is not necessarily body positivity around language, but body neutrality. Like, I really shouldn't be talking about your body, period.
No, I don't.
And I can think whatever I want to think in my head, and that's never going to stop. But I should not be talking about your body, period. And I also don't know what your situation is.
Maybe you don't have insurance. Maybe you don't have the financial means.
Maybe you've tried it and it didn't work for you. Maybe there's a million maybes, right? We just don't know. So encouraging at every step of the way people to be more tolerant and be more understanding is just a good thing. Are we going to change people in general? No, we're not. Bias and misogyny and racism and all that hasn't gone away, and I don't know that it ever goes away.
And I think it's, it's easy to, if you've spent most of your life overweight or obese, like I have, and then suddenly you find this medication and it works, and then, you're like, why doesn't everybody be on this? Like, you see someone has 100 pounds or more of weight to lose, and you why don't they get on it? Well, why doesn't everybody get on it? Well, you know what I mean? There's access is such a big issue, and education is also, we're just kind of starting this, right? People don't really know about what's possible with these things. There's still a lot of stigma around it. There's still a lot of, you still get a lot of the you're cheating, or I just want to do it on my own, or I want to try my lifestyle interventions. Like, that's great, but
it's a constant conversation.
It's not going to work for me.
But I appreciate the question. It's an excellent question. Frankly, Michelle, talking to Kat, the meds stay in your body for 20 plus days, so you will still have some effects.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she's absolutely right. So basically when you take a shot, it takes 4 shots, so 28 days to get the full amount into your body. But each week that passes, there's a half-life of that drug. So as Laraine said, after the first 5 days, you have half the medication. After the next 5 days, you have half that amount of medication. After
So
the
it's
next 5 days,
slowly building
and then
up
as you take
every
more
week.
shots, it's building up.
Yeah.
So it would take you at least 20 to 30 days for your body to process through and have no GLP-1s in it.
Yeah, I've been through three colonoscopies on this on this journey, and I think the longest I went between shots was 17 days, just kind of accidentally on purpose, or that's just how the calendar fell. And then anyway, the 17 days, I was hungry. I was kind of feeling it really kind of roaring back, and it was terrifying, right? So I have a colonoscopy coming up it was supposed to be in April, but I had to call and reschedule it because I don't know, the place made a mistake. I made a mistake. I don't know. I had to reschedule it. So I did that today. So it's going to be in May. So my shot day is on Friday. I have to be off the shot 7 days before my colonoscopy. My colonoscopy is on a Wednesday. So I guess I'll be off 7, probably like 10 days. Is that the right? Did I add that right? Have the colonoscopy and then probably go back to my next shot day on a Friday. So I'll probably I'll probably just miss 1 shot. Is that right?
Yeah.
Which shouldn't be that big a deal. Anthony says maybe bring back Susie and Lori for another update panel. I know, right? I bring them up so often recently. We need more Where Are They Now downsized dishes. Let me just reach back out to all 100 people. We did an update with Mark Clem yesterday. We've done 2 with him now. He's lost 237 pounds lost. So that just came out yesterday. You can watch that. Just some really amazing progress there. Barb. Been on 15 milligrams for over 2 years, in maintenance on 15 milligrams for 15 months. Not rocking that boat by going down or stopping, right? Barb went from 405 to 120 over the course of, what is Barb, like 3 years? I think I've got those numbers right. And she ended on 15, and she's staying on 15, and I'm with her 100%. That's awesome.
Let's see here. Dr. Kim says had 0 side effects. That's the primary motivation.
Dr. Kim.
The doctor was
Harbin.
moving them up, kind of, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Keller Mike says Zepbound versus compounded tirzepatide. Maybe you have covered compounds. We talk about, there's more than 1,000 videos on our channel. If you go back, we talk about compounds all the time.
What do you want to know? What you want to know?
I have personally used compounded tirzepatide from 7 different compounding pharmacies, as well as branded Eli Lilly Zepbound and branded Eli Lilly Mounjaro, all using, and Lilly doesn't like to say it, but it's the same active ingredient, tirzepatide. I have not found any personal difference. I am not a doctor. I'm not a microbiologist, macrobiologist, pharmacist, but I didn't find any difference. I had the same weight loss, the same side effects. If I had any, worked fine for me. So
compound versus Zepbound. If you can get Zepbound covered by your insurance,
get it. Absolutely.
Get it. Get it. Fill it.
If you can get Ozempic or Wegovy covered by your insurance, get it.
You can get the Wegovy. I got a sample pen I got at a conference. This was not a real pen. Whatever your insurance will cover, get it. If your insurance covers nothing, your cheapest option is probably going to be the compounded. But, with the oral options, that might be something to consider. They're almost a similar price starting out. They do go up in price as you go up in dose. So we hope over time prices will continue to come down. Conversations with Shelley. Help. Gaining weight on maintenance. Ooh. Dose is the same as weight loss phase. What should I do? Come off maintenance or go back to active weight loss at a higher dose? Excellent question.
We are not doctors.
Well, what's your analysis? You can give yours and then I'll give mine.
Well, let's start with the phrase come off maintenance. I don't really believe there's any such thing as maintenance other than just our personal decision to say this is where I want to be. So it's not like there's no rainbows or unicorns. There's no, you're still taking the shot. You're still eating. You're still drinking water. You're still doing the things. The only thing that is changing is how you're mentally approaching it. So then the question is, what is your expectation? So now you say you're gaining weight. Well, how much weight are you gaining?
Right. Are we talking 2 pounds? We're talking 20 pounds.
Right. Because I'll tell you right now, your body is not a constant. Your body will vary day to day, week to week, 3 pounds, 5 pounds plus or minus for most people. So you have to set that in your mind, and it's okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as you're kind of floating. And that's why I call it center weight, because I want to stay like this. And all we're doing, you cannot stay on a specific weight. That's a virtual impossibility. It just is.
Give yourself a range, right? So like Chris was saying, a range. So I got to 143. That was for me 50 pounds down. Yay, maintenance, right? So right now I've tried to stay between, I want to say a 5 pound range. I'm at the top of my 5 pound range right now. So right now I'm at 148. I just came off a cruise. I was up a couple pounds before that, and now I'm 5 pounds up from my goal of 143. 5 pounds is a pretty good range, right? Up or down. So now I need to tighten things up, right? I was eating more, I was drinking more, I was not on my exercise grind like I am at home. So now I need to tighten the reins back a little bit. Now this is maintenance is your life, right? So give yourself a little bit of grace and say, where can I tighten things up? Because you're on the medicine. The medicine is still working. It's still helping you reduce the food noise. It's still slowing your gastric emptying. It's still giving you that full signal when you're full. But maybe now your hunger signals are coming back for meal times, and maybe that's something that you need to get used to, right? Because we didn't want to hear those hunger signals before. We feared hunger, but now hunger is good. It reminds us to eat. And so sometimes we can go eat a little bit too much. So you might just want to track for a couple days your calories, your grams of protein. Make sure, I eat Kashi cereal, high protein cereal in the morning.
What do you eat, JoJo?
I weigh it in grams every time, because otherwise I'd be dumping a lot in there and not even know it, right? Because sometimes you can just eat a little too much or a few hundred calories more here or there, and before you know it, you're kind of creeping up on the scale. So rein some things in. Don't give yourself some grace. Don't beat yourself up over it.
And what I would tell you is, maintenance does not necessarily mean you're on the exact same dose for the rest of your life.
Your body, if she's at the top dose,
right? But your body is well, she's not, because she says there's a higher dose. Your body is not a constant. Your body's constantly changing. So it's possible that over whatever amount of time, you might need to move up a little bit. You might need to move down a little bit. You might need to add calories. You might need to take calories. There are all those levers that you can pull. And it's really about learning that balancing act of, how do I use my medication? How do I use my food? How do I use my activity to really keep that balance going? And it's life. So I wouldn't say that you're out of maintenance or in maintenance. You're in weight loss mode because you adjust your dose, though. I wouldn't.
I know, but I get it, though. I mean, I get it because, am I still in maintenance if now I've gone up 5 pounds from my goal weight?
Yep.
Yeah, I am, right? And things adjust over time. Also, another thing to look at is if you're working out with weights, it's possible over time you're gaining muscle. It's hard to put on muscle, especially hard for women. So maybe you can gain a pound of muscle every couple of months. But if you've been in maintenance for a while and you see the scale maybe going up, that could be one of the contributing factors. So just something to take a look at. We use the Human Body Pod. It's a scale you step on, you hold the handle, it runs this thing through your body, and you can see your muscle mass, your fat percent, your body water, all kinds of different measurements. So your body might be, doing some recomposition.
And the body water might be a thing for you too. I mean, I see mine go up and down all the time, and you look at it and you're like, oh, there's a lot of water going on there, or oh, I need to drink more water. And water
I need to drink more
has
water.
weight. So
yeah.
Michelle says, my obesity doctor told me to stay on the dose that got me to maintenance. And Michelle sees an obesity certified doctor. Unless there's a reason to go down, that would be still losing weight or side effects.
Mm-hmm.
I'm staying on 12.5.
Yeah.
And that, Michelle, is why I'm still on 15 milligrams. Nancy says, imagine downsized cottage cheese. See if Mr. Beast can beat that.
Michelle, that's funny. Michelle, we're taking pictures of him. Downside. Oh, Nancy, never. Long-time viewers know my hatred of cottage cheese. Actually, I have not even had cottage cheese probably since I was a teenager, since I was just forced to eat it on so many diets. I just said it's just something I'm never going to eat ever again.
I've fed it to you before and you didn't know.
Yeah, but mixed in with stuff. I mean, I've put it in lasagna. Like I've had it in, but I'm not going to sit there and eat. No, thank you. I'd rather eat Greek yogurt or something else. But.
All right. There's 327 of you out there and 174 likes. My name is Christopher. This is Laraine. That is JoJo walking around.
I think JoJo's leaving the chat.
We're the Durhams. This is a channel where we talk about all things GLP-1s. I've lost 100 pounds. Laraine has lost 50 pounds. If you have a question, leave it in the chat. QQQ in front of it, and we'll do our best. We're not doctors. Like and subscribe, all the things.
So I got my nails done for the cruise, and they're still look pretty good. And it's been like 4 weeks. I got what they call a strengthen gel, and it's not really coming off. And I'm like, should I get it removed and have it redone? Because I have this wedding coming up next week. What do you guys think? I don't really know. Usually it just peels off my nails after a couple weeks. I've never had one last this long. See, Joan 2000. Hi guys, I got to maintenance 254 to 134 goal weight last week. Woo woo. How do you figure out your calories in maintenance? I know bodies adapt during weight loss to a lower resting metabolic rate. You should probably go online to a TDEE calculator, total daily energy expenditure calculator. You can find them online to calculate your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, which is the rate of the amount of calories you burn if you were lying in bed in a coma all day. How much do you need just to function? And then you take that BMR rate and you add on top of it how active you are, which is a guesstimation, right? So are you sedentary? Are you moderately active? Are you very active? Based on how much you move around during the day and working out and stuff like that. So then you layer on a couple hundred calories a day for that kind of thing. And then that's where you can get to a maintenance calories, where if I eat this many calories, I will maintain my weight. Now, these things are not exact sciences, right? Because you're estimating, you're moving around calories. And let's be honest, when you look at calories on something on a box, it's an estimate. Okay. If you're eating an apple and an apple has 100 calories, well, some apples are big and some apples are small. So it's estimates of calories, but that's the basic gist of it. Do you want to say something about that?
No, I mean, it goes back to the maintenance conversation is about balance, and it's about you working with your body and what you're eating on a daily basis and going, oh, this worked. And honestly, it's one of the reasons we like that Human Body Pod is because it kind of gives us all those other numbers than weight, and we can go, oh gosh, I need a little more protein, I need a little more water, I need a little more whatever. And the longer you do it, the better you get at it. Now, your body can always surprise you, but
and honestly, for me, I'm not counting calories in maintenance as someone who's been traumatized by counting points on Weight Watchers for most of my life, off and on, I just don't want to live my life where I have to count every calorie because I don't like it. But it's good to check on things every once in a while, and I do go back to it at times just to check on things, but I don't want to have to do it on a daily basis, right? So that's why I weigh myself every day. If I see the scale moving in an up direction, I know that I'm eating too much and I need to bring it back down a little bit.
If you really want to get scientific, there's a test you can go do called a BMR test where you sit there and blow into this thing for 15 minutes and it gives you a very accurate rating.
I don't even remember what my number was.
The challenge of it is they then still layer on your
activity
activity, which is always an estimate. So.
Right.
Hello, Michelle says hit the like button.
Thanks, Michelle. How many likes we got? 189. All right. Thanks, I guess. Have you hit the like button? Kelly Gilmore. Hello. I'm thinking about starting a GLP-1, but nervous. You know what? Talk to your doctor. See if you can get a prescription. Try it out. If you don't like it,
don't do it.
Stop taking it. If you start losing weight, fantastic. Like, really, now that there's pill options, people used to be nervous about, needles, right? But now that there's pill options, Foundayo, you can take a pill any time of day, once a day, and lose 12% or more of your body weight. Like, if you'd have told me that 3 years ago, I would have been like, sign me up right now. Take all my money, right?
Here's the thing. We're a very GLP-1 biased pro GLP-1. We have succeeded wildly with it. We have been very happy with it. I'm not saying there's not side effects. Please read the side effects. Talk to your doctor. There can be. What I know beyond any shadow of a doubt is at 100 pounds over, with both of my parents dying from comorbidities and the results of obesity, I was going to be dead, and dead probably in 5 years. I don't have any, I don't have it. It does, but I believe that beyond any shadow of a doubt. So was I more afraid of dying from being obese or of taking a shot? Well, you have to decide that yourself. But I knew what was going to happen from being overweight. There was no question about it. I saw it happen with my parents.
It's a very effective treatment for the disease of obesity. That's why we're here, right? That's why we're here. I understand being nervous. I couldn't give myself the shot for months. Christopher had to give me my shot.
But we're biased. We'll tell you we're biased.
Now I give my shot to myself.
You can go find 15 other TikTokers, whatever, that are anti-GLP-1s, and they'll tell you a completely different thing. We're very happy with our life, and it's really changed.
It's life-changing medication.
Yeah. Sandy Shore says it's 8:27 a.m. here in Japan.
Konnichiwa.
And right after her, there's someone in South Korea.
What comes next? Hello from South Korea. Awesome. All right, Sandy, when are you coming back? I kind of thought you would be at the gym on Monday, but you weren't there. So I guess you're still going. Living Bread Homestead. I joined Mochi in February from Direct. From Direct. Oh, came over from. Have you tried the different additives like L-carnitine or the NADs? I just said I got some of that on order. Could you tell the difference with any of the different compounds? I think I've tried compounded with niacinamide, compounded with glycine, compounded with some other B vitamins. Honestly,
here's what you have to understand.
I've never tried L-carnitine or NAD. Yeah. I have NAD Plus on order with my next shipment, which I'll get next week. So I'll try it and let you know.
All of the additives are designed or chosen to impact side effects or some other thing. They do not have any effect on the actual efficacy of the medication. It does not make tirzepatide or semaglutide work any better or worse. But it may help you with other things. I'm not saying it doesn't do anything at all. But if you think it's going to be more effective for weight loss because of one of those, that's not how it works.
Now, L-carnitine, I mean, chime in on the chat if you've taken L-carnitine in your weight loss journey at some point. I'm pretty sure I've taken that for weight loss, like mixed with some other vitamins at some point. if it had worked, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you on this channel right now, right? So I don't know. And Mochi has, it does seem like some of the pharmacies are big into L-carnitine right now, and I think it's just something new they're putting in there. Doris Goody, I was only hoping to stay on a lower dose due to cost. I went up to 10 milligrams last Friday, 4 pounds more pounds to maintenance. Mochi is the same price every dose. So if you're at a pharmacy or you're at a telehealth where your price is escalating with dose, Mochi is $199 a month, any dose of compounded tirzepatide, plus your $79. I don't know what you're on, but if you're on a compounded, you should really look at the cost of Mochi versus.
But I get it. I mean, and what a shame it is that our system is built that way, that we have to make health decisions based off of that sort of cost structure. It
sucks. That's where we are. That's what we do. That's where we live. 18 weeks. What comes next in SK? 18 weeks on 2.5. Mounjaro down 39 pounds today. We clap for you. So you're on Mounjaro. Do I have a Mounjaro handy? I don't. Usually Mounjaro is prescribed for type 2 diabetes, so that weight of weight loss could be. Oh, is that the one in South Korea?
I don't
know. No. Other countries don't have Zepbound. They have Mounjaro. In the U.S., Mounjaro is usually prescribed for type 2 diabetes. It looks just the same as Zepbound, and guess what? It's the same exact medicine, just with 2 different labels for 2 different indications. But congratulations. That's awesome. Todd Stevenson, join watching your live tonight from Wichita, Kansas. Took shot 43 today. I'm in maintenance and enjoying my new life. Let's hear it for Todd Stevenson. Z8L. Awesome.
Awesome.
Let's hear it for the boy. Becky Clark. Thank you, Christopher. Milo Joe. My boy is here. Miley Jane. It's my girl cat. It's time to come inside. Getting dark.
Sometimes JoJo stays out too late, too. She does.
She likes to kitty cat.
Zach Neitling. I've been on compounded tirzepatide since November 4th of last year, and I'm on 13.2 milligrams now. I'm down 30 pounds. It's taken me to get to this dose to finally get the food suppression. It happens. I mean, everybody reacts differently. And we see just as many people who lose a lot of weight on 2.5 as don't get the full effects until a higher dose. We're all different. I can tell you, if you watch the interview we did with Jamie Selzler, who lost 450 or something like that. Fabulous guy. He also has a YouTube channel out there. He didn't have any reaction until 12.5, I think it was. So, yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what dose you're on. You get to the one that works for you, and that's
looks like you're doing well now, which is awesome.
Terry Schwartz. Hi, everyone. Hope everyone is having a great Wednesday. Good to God, you finish reading.
Going on 2.5 months, and guess I will find out about Mago7 tonight. First real side effect since starting. LOL. So you're all full of it. That's what you're telling me.
So Mago7, I love it for a constipation remedy. If you're interested in checking it out, it's on our Amazon store, or you can just go on Amazon yourself and buy it. But we have an Amazon store on the downsize.org. We're Amazon affiliates, so we make a small commission off each purchase. But I have a list of things that we've used, or mostly I've used, on our GLP-1 journey. But yeah, I like Mago7. I was thinking I need to do another round of that. Kimberly Summer, new to this channel, so much great information. Watching all older content on Wegovy pill for 10 weeks and then changed to compounded injections. Interesting. That was the best thing I ever did. Down 18 pounds. You must have got in on the Wegovy pill right when it came out in January, huh?
And if you're down 18 pounds, you were doing pretty well on it. I mean, that's good. That's the top of the average. So yeah. You're doing great.
Yeah. Some people prefer to do a once weekly injection. Some people don't want to mess with the pill, the Wegovy pill. You have to take on an empty stomach in the morning with less than 4 ounces of water, and then you have to wait 30 minutes to eat something or drink something. And some people just don't want to mess with all those rules, right? The Harvey Specter.
Urgent. Looks like compounding is going to end today.
Right.
ProRx has been told to stop manufacturing TERS. Compounding is not ending because of that, Harvey. I have heard all about the ProRx.
I'll let you know.
So ProRx uses a 503B pharmacy. Based off of the announcement last week by the FDA, they very clearly told 503B pharmacies that they did not have a path forward to continue to manufacture GLP-1s unless it went back on shortage or unless, and I won't remember the name, I have it pulled up here, it went back on the bulk drug substance list. And then it said, and tirzepatide and semaglutide are not on the bulk drug substance list. Honestly, there weren't too many 503B pharmacies left manufacturing it anymore. Some of them tried to get back on it. The vast majority are 503As, which believe they still have a path forward. So I would not say it's all stopping today. It is stopping in the case of that telehealth and compounding pharmacy, but they'll find somebody else. A lot of people were getting it through Orderly and won't be able to get ProRx anymore. So is it going to stop because of that? Probably not. Are there 5 other things that, I mean, the state of compounding is in such flux right now between the FDA, there's like 200 lawsuits from Novo and Lilly against various telehealth and compounders. There's 14 or 15 states that have various legislation in play right now. Is any of it going to happen? Is none of it going to happen? We don't know. I mean, we really don't.
When I can no longer purchase compounded tirzepatide, I will be the first to have live breaking news and tell you that it's done. Until that time, please don't panic because it's not done. So.
And what I would tell you is the good thing about our system, it is slow and plodding, and the attorneys will drag it out as long as they can because they still get paid for the longer it goes. So it's not stopping right now.
Michelle says, Shelley, maintenance is a word. It is really a range. If you are up a few pounds, that happens. If it is more, it means the dosage may not be working for you. I stay between 123 to 126 up and down. Yeah, so it's kind of a tight range there, Michelle. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's a range. Give yourself a range. If you hit the top of your range, what do? You reel it back in. Maybe you go up and dose. Talk to your doctor. Yeah. I did say to my doctor today, I said, Doc, I think last year I was about 5 pounds less than what I am today. She said, you just got off a 15-day cruise. I said, thank you very much. I'll see you next year. Jeff says, 3rd shot today. Very little problem so far. What I'm learning, it's coming from you guys. Thanks. All right. Well, thanks for being here, Jeff. Glad it's going well for you.
Harvey put the question in several times. Michelle says they don't read in real time. Yeah, we're behind because there's probably 200 comments ahead.
You gotta go faster. Frank, I'm between. Shelley says 145 and 150. Gained 5. Oh, 5 in 1 week. That would also concern me, Shelley.
But did you really eat that many calories? That's a lot of calories to actually gain 5 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, what you been eating in that week?
Or is it water weight? Or are you retaining water?
Did you go on a vacation?
Is it that time of the month?
Or was it just random?
Yeah.
You know what? I'd look at what you're eating, rein it back for a week. If you're still up 5 pounds, maybe you need to go up and dose. 7.5 is just kind of that middle dose, right? You could play with that a little bit. If it does, you can always come back down, right? You know what I mean? Like we kind of have to be flexible with these kinds of things in maintenance. Yup. What are you talking about? You are already the #1 GLP-1 user experience channel on YouTube. Yes! Honey, we've made it.
I think Countess is Shopping still has about 3 times the subscribers that we do. But she's been around a long time.
Y'all need to like and subscribe. Are all y'all 308 people subscribed to my channel? Did you hit the like button? Okay. All right. So we're
But
on our
we've
way.
interviewed the Countess. If you haven't watched that interview, her
did.
name is Elizabeth. There's an interview, and she's a fascinating lady.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Duclon Stennett? I don't know. Says, when you step down from 10 milligrams to 7.5, were there any negative effects? I will let my lovely wife answer that because I've never stepped down. So
I kept a chart. I kept a handy dandy spreadsheet. So my first answer is no. I don't think anything happened. I was on 10. I went up to 12.5. I hit my first goal weight. I came back to 10. I'm looking at my notes. We traveled. Actually, I kept losing a little bit when I stepped down. I stepped down again to 7. No, nothing. No negative effects here. I mean, maybe when I went from 7.5 down to 5, that's when I said, ooh, that food noise. I want to go eat lots of food. It's coming back. So I said, 5 is too low for me. I'll go back to 7.5. So that's just something you have to maybe be aware of.
Richard Levy says, thanks. I'm 80 years young. I'm down 53 pounds, 228 to 175. It has given my life back, and I'm doing things I did 15 years ago. Dancing Girl, that's Lorraine's favorite one.
Dancing Girl in a while.
Yeah, she doesn't like that one.
Where's that survey thing you were talking about?
We can do that in a minute. Let's answer Anthony's question.
Okay. Anthony, do you guys ever feel like there's a compound might go away scare?
Oh, every week, every 6 months at least.
Do you think it will be like this every year for the foreseeable future? Anthony, it's going to be more and more frequent every day because the first time I heard compound is going away was in October of 2024. Okay, 2024. And I got really upset, and we started in 2023, right? Yeah. And I got really upset and I got really scared, and it made me really question my life choices. And then nothing happened. And so I'm like, you know what? This is bullshit because I'm tired of people. I'm tired of other YouTubers, other GLP-1 people on social media raising a panic, getting people all upset, and for what? For views, for I'm not doing that. This is our life. This is my life. This is the one thing that has ever worked for me. And I'm, like I think Linda Bookmiller said, they're going to have to take it out of my cold dead hand, right? You better believe that I'm going to ride this compound train till the end, wherever that may be. And when that train is done, if at any point in the future I can no longer buy compounded, I'm going to come on here and I'm going to tell y'all all that it's done. But until that day, just keep putting your reorders in. We're just going to keep going. And there's going to be so many more new medications. We've already got 2 new ones this year. We've got the Wegovy pill. We've got the orforglipron pill, Foundayo.
We'll probably have CagriSema before the end of the year.
We're going to have CagriSema. Next year, we'll have retatrutide. Like, there's going to be so many things. And as we get more things, the prices are going to come down. And then nobody's going to care.
Anthony,
nobody's going to care about anything.
What I believe will happen, I don't know that. What are you doing? I don't know that our legal system is going to move fast enough or care enough to actually shut down compounding altogether. And there are no actual FDA policemen out there stopping people. So I don't know that our system's even efficient enough to stop it. I do think eventually, whether that's 3 years, 5 years from now, the economics of these medications change because there's so many competitors out there. The price comes down. Just saying it a little more eloquently, my love.
Are you?
I am. And honestly, the price comes down so much that it's not worth compounding. I think some of those companies are just not going to be able to sustain it as a business practice because there's not the margin in it anymore. But that's years away.
I mean, these people are making bank all these medications, right?
Yeah, but if all of a sudden insurance was covering it for $25
If
a month,
insurance
they would be
covered it
making
for
no more
me,
bank.
I would be, you better know, if I could get this for $25 a month, you better know that I'd be down at that Walgreens fighting with that pharmacist every month to get me my $25 Zepbound. Maybe they'll figure out how to run the coupon someday in the future when that happens. Goody Doris. I can't do the NAD because I had cancer. Okay, my doctor cautioned me. I want to take it though. Well, then if he tells you not to take it, Doris, don't take it.
Well, so be very careful of some of these peptides and talk to your doctor, because there is clinical research on some of them, and some of them cause side effects, and I don't remember if it's NAD. There's a couple of them that actually cause things to grow. And so if you have cancer, it can make the cancer be more aggressive, because what they were trying to do in the early trials of some of them was to grow muscle. The problem is it doesn't discriminate. It grows a lot of stuff. So be very careful with this.
Your doctor says no, Doris, don't do it. The end. Sorry. I asked my doctor about testosterone today. And she said, yeah, you can get it prescribed for women, but insurance will not cover it unless you're transitioning to a man. Otherwise, it's not covered for women because it's off-label use. Carla Hammonds says, I'm 3 pounds away from goal weight. Woohoo! I'm happy, but I'm leery about going into maintenance. How exactly do you make that transition when you've been so used to probably losing? You don't get that feedback of losing weight every week anymore. You just see kind of about the same, number. And then it's just, your life, and then welcome to maintenance. It's not as exciting as weight loss, but it's
because it's a chosen plateau, right? It's just where you decided, and then it's kind of boring. It's kind of, you'll see people like the lady earlier who went up a little bit, and that's a little scary. But the longer you're doing it, the more you learn to balance, the less scary it is. And you start to figure it out. And it's just
there's no guidebook for maintenance, right? There's no on these medications, right? We're just kind of in the wild west of, what do we do now?
And the reality
I lost weight. What do I do now? That'd be a good title for a book.
Yeah. The reality for maintenance is most people are going to get to their desired weight, their desired health numbers on these medications in a year, 2 years, maybe a little more, which in the scheme of things is a very short period of the gentleman who was 80 years old a minute ago, or 70 years old. So there's a lot more life to live, and maintenance is about the rest of life. Let's see here. Paul Sudwicks. Paul from Utah will be joining you on the cruise this year. Looking forward to it. Awesome, Paul.
Cool.
We look forward to it. So there is a new feature on here that I don't actually know how to use, but we're going to try to use, that is a poll. Somebody asked me about polls the other day about something else. We're going to do one on the cruise, so let's see how it works.
Not on the cruise. We're doing it here.
Well, no, so
it's about the cruise.
It's about the cruise. So the question is, are you joining us on the Downsized at Sea cruise? If you don't know about the Downsized at Sea cruise, we are sailing June 4th through the 8th on Royal Caribbean. Their ship named Freedom of the Seas, from Miami, Florida to Nassau, Bahamas, and their private island of the Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And we will be doing all kinds of fun stuff. There'll be swag. There'll be all kinds of cool stuff going on out there, and we'd love to have you join us. I'm not really sure how you answer these or if it even works, so let us know if you can.
I have to put 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the chat. Now we're going to get 300 1, 2, 3s, or 4s.
Well, somebody must have punched in, answered 1 for yes.
Oh,
so number 1 is yes, can't wait. Number 2 is not yet.
Where's my glasses?
But I'm trying to make it. Number 3 is next year, maybe next year. And number 4 is I can't get time off. Oh, I hate that.
My legs are sore. I worked out.
So it seems to be working. I have never seen this on the user side, so let me know how it works for you. We'll let that go for a little while.
Does it have like a chart that goes?
Yeah. 3 people have said yes.
Maybe next year. Okay. It's polling on the. Is it polling on the screen?
Yeah.
It's not polling on our screen. It's polling on this screen.
Yeah. I've never used this feature, so we'll have maybe when I.
That's cool. Also, we want to mention that we will be live and in person at the Obesity Action Coalition Conference, the Your Weight Matters conference in July in Orlando, Florida. It's July 22nd. The conference starts. We will have basically not a booth, but we'll have like a studio set up there where we're going to be doing some interviews with people. And the OAC has given us a few tickets to give away to our viewers. So one ticket we're going to give away to our Downsize members next week. Is it next week?
Yes.
And then one ticket we're going to give away to just our regular live viewers a week from tonight on next Wednesday. So like and subscribe for that. If you want to become a member and get in on that Tuesday drawing, you can do that. And it'll just be a random drawing. Christopher will say, type in contest into the chat, and this random generator will pick a name, and you will receive one ticket to the OAC Your Weight Matters conference in Orlando. We went last year. It was in Washington, D.C., and it was a really great time. We met a lot of really interesting people, and so we're excited to go back this year and be a part of the kind of setup of the whole thing. So we hope you can join us. And if you don't want a ticket, we hope you can join us anyway in Orlando.
Sandy says she's going because she has to go visit a Buddhist temple.
Cool.
Harvey's still worried about ProRx. Harvey, ProRx is a 503B pharmacy. I am not a lawyer, but if you search for the FDA announcement, it very clearly spells out that 503B pharmacies will not be allowed to continue producing. GLP-1's 503A pharmacies are continuing to produce it. So you will simply have to use a 503A pharmacy. I've used ProRx. It was fine. I know they were producing pure tirzepatide. There is no legal defense for selling pure tirzepatide. There just isn't.
We can't get around that when there's not a shortage.
Because 503As are required if they're doing it to personalize medication for specific patient needs. If it's exactly the same as Zepbound, Ozempic, Wegovy, then there's no even pretense of personalization. They're just stealing somebody's patent. So there's no way. I'm not a lawyer, but I promise you there's no way to defend that for a 503B. There's just not.
There'll be other pharmacies that can.
And you're not going to be able, if you want pure tirzepatide, you're going to have to buy Zepbound or Mounjaro. It's just the unfortunate facts there. Let's see here. It's putting answers up there.
I'm just looking at them.
Well, I can show you the.
Well, it doesn't appear on the screen. I have to see it little.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why it doesn't appear there, but it does here.
Shelly says, Michelle, yep, the food noise is so back. Eating things in a week I haven't eaten on 6 months. Yeah, you need to go up in dose, Shelly. I think that's the issue there. If your food noise is back. Paul Sudwicks, I look forward to meeting members of the community who all have a common goal of weight loss.
On the cruise.
Awesome.
We look forward to it. I think there's, what'd you say, 75 people right now?
75 people signed up to go on the Downsize Cruise, and there's still rooms available. So if you're interested in coming with us on the Downsize Cruise, you can go to our website at thedownsize.org, click on the cruise tab, and contact our travel partner, Kelly. Roberta's on a trip to Tahiti. She leaves tomorrow, so she's out of the office. So Kelly is your person to contact there, and we hope you can join us. Still spots available. They have interior cabins and balcony rooms available. So come on to the Freedom of the Seas. What comes next in SK? My husband has gotten the injection site rash with branded Mounjaro, but I haven't. Okay. I mean, I think it just depends on your sensitivity to these kinds of things. Moments in Motion 25. I have an abundance of syringes. Me too. What do we do with all these? I only use 4 out of a pack and I get a new pack every month. Me too. Can I donate them?
You can. So there are a couple of, and you'll have to look in your community, but very often churches or hospitals have charity donation pieces where people that have diabetes or other things that may need medical supplies, and you donate to them, and then they give them out. There's also pet ones that do the same sort of thing. So look around.
Yeah, I mean, occasionally, I bend a needle or I need an extra one or something happens or whatever, but I have a lot of packs. And then for a while, one of the pharmacies was only sending like 4 or maybe 6 syringes a month instead of the big pack of, I think it's 10. I don't know. Keep them. You might need them at some point or give them away. Lori Wise. My partner, Jeff, started on Epic 4 weeks ago. And he has type 2, but the great thing is he no longer snores. Yay!
Well, but that's a good example of how these medications work even before weight loss. So maybe he's lost a little bit of weight, but in 4 weeks, it's the medication helping. A lot of times there's inflammation and that's causing swelling in the throat too, and it can cause breathing issues like that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I was saying, just put it in there twice.
Mm-hmm. On 2.5 for 3 months and within 2 pounds for maintenance. Lost 24 pounds on 2.5. Fantastic. Sounds like you're doing great, Kurt.
Here we go.
Yay.
So yeah, you are doing good. You didn't have, that looks like you 24 pounds. It's on the lower end, but it's good for you.
What are you doing?
I'm scrolling.
Okay, we're gonna have to go here shortly because I'm fading. I'm still a couple days away from being fully recovered from my jet lag. Would you mind sharing the mission statement for Downsized?
I don't know that we have an official mission statement. So
can I come up with one?
The entire Downsized Corporation is right here. I can tell you when we started this channel, our only real goal was to tell people about these medications and really tell our stories, with the hope that someday maybe we could pay for our medications, to be quite frank. So every once in a while people are going, "You're sold out." I'm like, from day one, I always told you I wanted to be able to pay for my medicine and do things. So it's interesting because it has evolved so much with 40,000 plus subscribers that it has become, I'm not a fan of the word advocacy, but definitely advocacy has become a huge piece of what we do, really pushing for affordability and accessibility.
It's more to spread awareness
to everybody who needs these medications medically.
Well, and what I want people to know, and what I learned by doing this channel, is obesity is a disease. It's a chronic progressive disease for which there is no cure. It's not your fault that you have this disease of obesity. So, if you've tried to diet and exercised all your life and it hasn't worked, well, guess what? You're a perfect, example of someone who these medications might help. So obesity is a disease. It's not your fault. These medications are a medical treatment of the disease of obesity. And ask your doctor, start with your doctor. If you're interested in them, ask your doctor about them. See if your insurance will cover them. If you have questions, we have over 1,000. Do we really have over 1,000 videos? We have over 1,000 videos that you can watch. There's probably, we've answered questions in this live that we've done whole videos on.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. We've interviewed over 100 people on our Downsized Dish interview series. So if you're looking for somebody that's your age or your size or your situation, you could probably find somebody pretty close. In those Downsized Dish interviews, we've interviewed doctors, which has been fantastic, right? Because we say every video, we're not doctors. We're just people who lost weight on these medications. We wanted to tell people how great they were. So
Yeah, we're not unbiased by any stretch. I can tell you, I probably have the document when we first started talking about this. I had been on YouTube for years from our other business, but it was a small little B2B
When
channel
nobody watching it.
that nobody watched it and all that. And I always thought, well, gosh, I kind of know how to do this.
Yeah.
And if we ever found
A topic.
something that we were passionate about and something that I really thought could change the world, I think I know. And we started taking these medications in 2023. And November 2023, and by January, I was just stunned. But prior to during that time, I was starting to think about it, and I come from the branding world, from the marketing world, so I've built I've built $1 million brands for major retailers. So I did the whole process and the whole activity, and probably if I went back and pulled it, I don't know that there was a mission statement in there. There was probably a branding statement or some other pieces in there. It'd be interesting to go see. I'd have to go pull it and see. But it was a process that I went through and kind of did these 4 and 5 page documents about what this channel could be and what we would do in different things. And she looked at me like I was crazy, which she often does. And and then what happened is Oprah did a TV special about it, and Laraine had her birthday, and we started a channel very close to her birthday, and it all just has kind of rolled from there.
Well, and Christopher said, what do you think about doing this? And I said, I could talk about my weight loss struggles every day for the rest of my life, right? Because as someone who's been put on a diet since age 10, I've got lots of traumas. I can relate to lots of people out there who have struggled. So, I am very happy to help people, to bring awareness to obesity as a disease, to bring awareness about these GLP-1s. I'm not a doctor, but I feel like we've really just learned personally through our own journey and through talking to people and through learning about these studies and things. So I'm just, I still feel like now after, being live for 2 hours and 12 minutes, I'm not so excited as I was when we started 2 hours ago. But still, you know what? It's very energizing to me to talk to people and to see that we've helped someone, or that they've learned something by coming here, or they've taken information they've come here looking for, and then to have something to go ask their doctor about. So, thanks guys for watching, because if it wasn't for you guys watching, then we would stop making videos, because
I don't need to talk to a camera for no reason. One more question, and then we're going to be out of here. Again, from Conversations with Shelly, says Laraine. So and Chris. So her name is spelled with an A, just for future reference. And I'm Christopher.
He does. Okay. He does get a little touchy about that.
What are your maintenance doses?
Or you can refer to us as LD and CD.
Yeah, which is fine. But honestly, I'm one of 8 children, so if you call me for dinner, you can call me anything you want. What I would tell you is we actually give you our dosing and everything every week in our weekly weigh-ins that come out on Friday.
Like and subscribe.
So like and subscribe, because we do that at the
it's
beginning 7.
of it. 7.5.
You're right. So
it's 15.
So I'm on 15 milligram and have been for more than a year. That's the highest dose that I obtained. I don't plan on changing that or going down. It's working great for me. Don't have any problems with it. Laraine has a whole convoluted spreadsheet styled story around her.
Convoluted?
Well, it's very
Anthony,
elaborate.
Can you please come at him with comments, please? I need some backup here. I like to keep notes of things, so I did. I went up to 12.5. I hit my goal weight. I dropped down to 10. I was still losing weight, dropped down to 7.5, still losing like a pound every other month or so, dropped down to 5. Food noise. Let's go back up to 7.5. I've been on 7.5 for about a year now. So, and occasionally, with compounded, sometimes I take a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like if I'm feeling like I need a little bit of boost here or there, you can adjust it more with your compounded dose. Now, that's not medical advice. Don't do that. Ask your doctor, etc. But I have been known to do that. Or, sometimes we come back from a trip. I'm up. I might go up to a 10 milligram dose, like for a week or two, and then I adjust back down. So, but I've got it all documented. Well, up through week 116. I haven't taken any notes since for a few months because it was just kind of the same every week.
We're going to close with this one from Becoming Carlene Heft. The girl says, "Hi, CD and LD and friends. I am a few hours out of OR theater in Lithuania.
Okay.
I traveled over from the UK. This is my third round of skin removal surgery after losing 200 pounds.
I think I've watched her on TikTok.
So I hope you're feeling great and you're recovering well. Thank you for watching. We appreciate the kind words. Sounds like you need to do a downsized dish. Sounds like you've got a story
She
there.
went to Lithuania for skin removal surgery. All right. Okay.
So yeah. So if you'd like to do a downsized dish,
I'd like to know more about that.
You're personally invited, Carlene, and honestly, everybody out there, you're personally invited as well. Go to the downsized.org.
After you hit like and subscribe, of course.
Yep. Go to the downsized.org.
We should make that a condition of.
I'm sure they are. Click on the downsize to dish. There's an interview tab. There's a little short form to fill out, and it'll send it to us, and we'll get you
we
scheduled.
should put that on the form. Have you liked and subscribed to the downsized? Because then they'll go back and then they'll.
But it sounds like you've got a heck of a story.
Yeah,
so
no,
we
I'd love to hear more about that.
All right. So that is it for us this week. I don't think we got to everybody. There was quite a few we didn't get to. I apologize, but we'll be back next week. And let's see. Did you want to see the results of the?
They're on there.
They're right there.
So we got
21% said yes, I can't wait. 4% says not yet. 50% says maybe next year, and 25% says I can't get the time.
Yeah. We plan to do these yearly at this point. So when we have this one in June, hopefully we'll be able to. Set up the next one. I'd like to try maybe a different cruise line. I don't know. We'll see. We're learning as we go, right? We're learning things. We're learning about spaces on cruise ships and what fits and what doesn't, and which cruise lines are better working with you and which ones aren't. So, but yeah, we had a great time last year. We have about 75 people. We had about 50 people last year. We have about 75 people so far this year. And I think it'll just be a great time no matter where we are or what we end up doing, because it's really about the community, right? We'll have like some gift bags and stuff for you, but it's not really about that. It's about the people that you're going to meet, right? It's about us getting to meet you and learn your story and more about that. So we look forward to the Downsize Cruise, June 4th through 8th on Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas. Please join us if you can.
Please do. All right. My name is Christopher Durham.
Oh, we're done. I'm Laraine Durham. Good night.
And we are
Good night, everybody.